In this video, we are going to solve one-step inequalities by adding or subtracting. So I want to first begin with a question up here. I want to say x minus 7 equals 3. What number minus 7 equals 3? And you might be able to do this by kind of guess and check, but let's remember our inverse operations. If we see a subtraction sign, x minus 7, we want to get the x by itself by getting rid of that minus 7. So we want to plus 7 on both sides. And what that will do is cancel out our 7s, leaving us with x is equal to 10. And we should always double check, does 10 minus 7 equal 3? And yes. So now what our answer means here is that only 10 can work. If I tried 11 minus 7 equal 3? No, because it is 4. And 4 does not equal 3. So this is saying only 10 will work. Only 10 is a solution. Now, the reason inequalities are nice is because when we use our inverse operations, we will see that there are various answers, and instead of having to list all the answers, the inequality kind of names them all. Okay, so I want to show you with this same question, but with a less than sign. X minus 7 is less than 3. So I'm going to have the same process here. I'm going to add 7 to both sides, and that gets our x by itself. Now that the x is by itself, we have x is less than 10. Okay, now what this means is that actually 10 isn't even an answer. 10 doesn't work. 10 minus 7 is 3, and 3 is not less than 3. And I can show you that. 10 minus 7 is less than 3. Well, 10 minus 7 is 3, and is 3 less than 3? No. If we tried 11 minus 7, and that's 4, is 4 less than 3? No, so I went bigger. So now our solutions are all smaller than 10. That is what our answer is indicating here. Now let's get a smaller number. Let's get 8. 8 minus 7, is 8 minus 7 less than 3? Is 1 less than 3? Yes. Okay, and what we can do on all of these is we can graph our solution. So that's what we're going to do next. We're going to draw a graph, and my rule of thumb, if you have to create your own graph, is to have 5 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to put 10 in the middle, because that's kind of like the middle ground. That's kind of the number we're talking about. So 10, 11, 12. Ahead of 10 is 9, and ahead of 9 is 8. Okay? So since it's not including 10, we have an open circle on 10, and since its x is less than 10, to the left indicates all the numbers smaller than 10. Okay? Now let's move over to example 2. It says solve and graph. N plus 12 is greater than or equal to 18. So we have x plus 12. So we want to get the n by itself. In order to get the n by itself, we need to undo that plus 12 by minusing 12 on both sides. And what this does is cancel out our 12s, leaving us n is greater than or equal to 6. So that's our answer. All of the numbers that will make this true have to be bigger than 6, and it can also be 6 as well. So I'm going to draw a number line for this one as well. We have number line. I like to put 6 right in the middle. So 7 and 8 are bigger, and 5 and 4 are smaller. And we have to do a closed circle on 6 because this one is including 6 as well. 6 works because 6 plus 12 greater than or equal to 18. And 6 plus 12 is 18. So is 18 greater than or equal to 18? And yes. So 6 works. And all the numbers bigger than 6 work as well. And you could test out a number. Is 8 plus 12 bigger than or equal to 18? Well, 8 plus 12 is 20. So yes. And I tested out this number. And one more I want to do is question 18, just because it's drawn in reverse. It's the equation, and the inequality is written in reverse. So just like before, we are going to solve. We want to get the d by itself. So in order to get d by itself, we need to subtract 14. And I know to subtract because that 14 right now is positive. So we want to subtract 14 on both sides. And what that does is our 14s cancel, and the d is left by itself, less than or equal to, and when you subtract, you get 10. Now I'm going to draw my number line. I'm going to put 10 right in the middle, 11 and 12, 9 and 8. I'm going to give a close circle on 10 because it has the or equal to. And it's saying d is less than or equal to 10, so the less than way is to the left. And you can remember, less than and left both start with an L, but that is only when the variable comes first.